Hi, welcome to day 9 of the 30-day video challenge about remote working. Yesterday, we talked about HR policies for remote working. And interestingly, we said that because the business will be changing or the circumstances of the condition under which people are working has changed, there's a need for you to update your HR policy to reflect the new realities that are on the ground. We'll be talking today about remote hiring. And before we start talking about all the critical parts and the things you should pay attention to when recruiting remote workers, it's important for us to go again over the reasons why people actually hire people purely for remote work. The first one could be that one, you need an extra hand. The way your job is being done, you've probably gotten a contract or a project that requires you to take in more people, but you don't want to put those people on your payroll. You just need additional hand. You want it to be a temp job. You want them to do it quickly. You don't want to get burdened by all the things that have to do with their pension, etc. You just hire the resources working remotely. The second thing is that sometimes you're looking for extra talent in your business. Your business wants to take a new direction. You're looking for a skilled worker, and this skilled worker obviously doesn't want to come to the office as do other people, and you want that person to join your team. The other thing is that you could actually be running a trial where you want to see what it's like having someone who is working remotely within your organization. Lastly, it could just be a case of a strategy issue where you're trying to decide how you want to save on costs, you want to eliminate distance issue within your organization. Whatever the reason is, you've just decided you want to hire people who would work remotely. The first part of this session, which will be in two parts, we'll be talking about the recruiter's view, and we'll also talk about the employee's view. That is, people who are going to be working remotely. What are the things that recruiters will be considering? But for today, in this video, we'll be talking about the recruiters. The first thing you must consider is what you call role definition. You need to draw up a document that consists of a job description or a narration that describes who your ideal candidate looks like. What kind of characteristics will the person have? What kind of skill set the person must have for the person to qualify to be a remote worker? The underlying point is that this individual or group of individuals by default have a preference to work remotely. So the second thing you need to consider is to write out a pre-selection criteria. When we say pre-selection criteria, is that you have to decide quickly what are the things you will need to use to eliminate people who don't fit into the mold. So you don't spend quality or productive time trying to interview people who themselves do not qualify. Whatever your criteria are, kindly state them. Whether it is age, whether it is past experience, whatever it is, without sounding discriminatory, decide exactly what those pre-qualification criteria are and state them, so that you know it, and whoever your panel of judges are, they will be able to, or the committee, the recruitment committee, will be able to check these criteria to ensure that they're able to remove those and whittle them down to the appreciable size you can use to continue. The third thing you need to work on is to decide on the tool that you will use for your recruitment. There are many tools out there, but the one that I use for my business is called Zoho Recruit. It's a very simple, easy to use tool. You are able to send out a clear message on job boards stating what you are looking for, and you can then go ahead and recruit the people. Next thing you need to do is to paste your ad on those job boards. There are many. It could be remote.co, we work remotely. There are many other organizations online. Just go ahead and look for them. Or you can actually involve the use of a consultant like myself. As part of what we do in our business is that we actually help organizations recruit salespeople. So you need to address the tool that you use for capturing all the information you need about the possible candidate. You also need to define the stages where those people you've shortlisted will go through. So the first person you will meet, of course, will be HR, then the line manager that needs to recruit that candidate, followed by the CEO, or depending on the levels. Those level definitions or the stages you want the applicant to go through is actually in your hand. You need to decide this. Okay, fine. So you also too need to do what you call a quick shortlist. Shortlist is closely related to your pre-selection. Here, there's some tests you can give to the candidates that you have so that you can further prune them down, right? And the simplest one for us that we do is when we interview salespeople, we actually ask salespeople to shoot a video of themselves describing what value they'll be bringing to the organization. And trust me, even before we present our own shortlisted candidates to our clients, some people have already fallen on the wayside. So if you're a salesperson, one skill that I think you will need to learn how to do is how to speak before the camera and how to sell yourself. But that's for tomorrow's video. The next thing you need to do is, after you've gone through all the processes and you've decided this is the right candidate for you, you go to contracting. So part of those policies we talked about yesterday, of course, must be within the employee's contract, covering all the areas that are important. And depending on your company's policy, you could actually have a work trial, what you call a probation period. The probation period will be such that, look, you could decide to work with a remote worker for 1 month, 3 weeks, 2 months, as you want. If it doesn't work, at least you can claw things back, but it's your decision. So these are the steps you need to look at when trying to hire people remotely. Tomorrow, we will be talking about those things that you as a recruiter look out for, that the employee should know about. So the emphasis will be the applicant's perspective. That's what we're talking about. If you like this video, you find it very useful, please kindly share, kindly like, and kindly click the bell icon to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you and have a lovely day. Cheers.